Okay, I'm going to do a tutorial on the three very famous Zombies 45 singles that were out in the 60s. Brilliant stuff. I loved them. I still love playing them. It was exciting when they came up on the radio. Huge thanks to Rod Argent and to Colin Blunstone and the rest of the band. And I saw the Zombies last year in Nashville. Unbelievable. Colin Blunstone reached for every note and hit every note. Rod Argent was just as vibrant and brilliant on keys as ever. They have a great bass player on tour with them who used to play with the Kinks in the studio and has been touring with these guys for a long time, and his son is on drums in this particular formulation of the Zombies. Brilliant stuff, I'll tell you. If you can see it, you got to go check them out. So I'm going to show you how to do these things, and I'm going to start at the top. I don't have the skills really to give you any good screen magic, you know, split screen or simultaneous left and right hand fingering or close-ups or anything. This is it. I got the camera set up and we're going to go from here. But I will say that you can just use the functionality of YouTube. So fast forward, reverse, pause. There's a box where you can enter the minutes and seconds where you want the clip to start. And so pay attention to the counter on that, and then you'll just see where you want to start it. No need going through all of this stuff. And I'm also going to throw in a little bit, not too much, I hope it's not painful, but I want to throw in a little bit of theory kind of stuff, just some insights. I know that in my development as a player, when I stumbled upon this stuff or someone shared it with me, it made a big difference. And I know a bunch of you certainly will already be familiar with it, but for those that don't, I want this to be, you know, for the greater good. So just a little bit of insights as we talk about how the songs got arranged. So I'm gonna start them with, I'll do each song at the top so you can see if you feel like the version I'm doing is one you want to learn and spend your time on the video. And I'm going to do like a first position version of it, and then I'll do the version that I've evolved over time that it really would be my preferred version of playing the tune. Okay, so before I do the music, let me just say that I'm doing this for the guitar. My apologies up front to Colin Blunstone and to the listeners for the vocals. I'm not a vocalist, but I'm going to do it enough so that you get the context of the riffs of the song. Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. Well, it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not here. Well, no one told me about her. What could I do? Well, no one told me about her, but they all knew. Well, it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Okay, and, let me see. It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give us a reason and let me try with pleasured hands. Take you in this country, promised lands, show you everyone. It's the time of the season for love. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he taken any time to show you what you need to live. Tell it to me slowly, tell you what I really want to know. It's the time of the season for love. Okay, and here's the third one. And if she should tell you I love you, whoa, whoa. And if she tempts you with a chance, tell her no, 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 don't hurt me now, for her love belongs to me. And if she should whisper, come closer, whoa, whoa. And if she tempts you with a chance, tell her no, 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 don't hurt me now, for her love belongs to me. I know she's the kind of girl to throw my love away, but I still love her so. Don't hurt me now, don't hurt me now. So there's a little bit of the way I'm going to approach the tunes. There's two versions of it, and so we'll start at the top. This is She's Not There, A minor 7, and then the little riff, and this is copying the bass line. Open A, slide to the C on the 3rd fret, E note on the D string on the 2nd fret, open, and there's the D. And it could be a D chord there. Without even that riff, and it would still work. No one told me about it. And then every time it comes to this section, it goes to this F, but it has a C in the bass. So it's like a F, and then you just put the C on the top. Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. And then it always resolves on an A, not an A minor. And it's too late to say she's sorry. So that's D, D minor, A minor. How would I know? E minor, why should I care? Back to A minor. Please don't bother trying to find her. That's the same D, D minor, A minor. She's not there. E7. And then this little riff, open bass string, E. Slide up to the G sharp on the 4th fret. 2nd fret, A string. 2nd fret, D string. Open D, C, B. And then back to the A minor. And this is a little electric guitar. It's a Vox Apache with a battery built in. So it has a little bit of sustain, but I've tried it even on acoustic guitar. And really, reaching for the D chord, I think just hitting that note in the riff when it's like that D, it suggests the whole D chord, and I don't know that you need to do more. You're welcome to do more if you want to. I'm not sure if it adds to it, really. You use your judgment on that. So this is where I changed the way I do it. I do the A minor 7 at the 5th fret barred, like that. And And then so the little riff would be from the 5th fret, slide into the 8th, then 7 on the A string, 5 on the A string, which gives you the D note. Again, you might not need to even play the whole D chord. And then just I just use an open strings kind of as a punctuation. It's a little bit of a rhythm thing. Well, no one told me about her. And then for that, the F, it's right there. It's the same as an E chord shape, but I'm using my last 3 fingers since I'm off of this A minor 7. Up 1 fret from it, but it's the E, A, and D strings. So it's 8, 8, 7. That's a version of that F from down here. And it's right next to where I'm working, so why go out of your way? That's one of the things I learned that was really helpful, is that there's going to be a version of the chord you're looking for within 2 frets on either side of where you're playing. You don't have to go back and forth. It makes it kind of awkward, and it doesn't move the voices as well. So that's where I do that. Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. Now right into A instead of A minor. Now you could go D is right below it, right? Where I'm saying you can find the chord. Here's D and D minor and A minor. Well, it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Here's a version of E minor that I use, and I used it in the other Zombies tune that has E minor in it. It's open E, 7th fret underneath it, which is another E. Then 5th fret, which is the G. So there's E, G, and then the B is the open string there. And then E. So with just those two strings covered, I'm playing an E minor. I can play all the strings. Okay, so that's an E minor that I use. Just hate to say you're sorry. How would I know? There's the E minor. Why should I care? Back to the A minor. Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. There's an E7, which again, it's just the C7 moved up, right? It's chromatic, so C, C, C sharp, D, E flat, E7. There's E7. And it's right under, so the 5 is right under the 1 minor, right? There's the minor you're in. The 5 you want is always in this C7 shape right under it, in the same frets. Late to say you're sorry, how would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. And nothing beats this one. So you just go down there and get it, because you want that open E string anyway. Now here's the other thing that I do. It's too late to say you're sorry. The interesting part about that, I mean, the motion in that is this note. This F sharp going to F to E. It's too late to say you're sorry. So I'm up here accenting that. Here's the F sharp, and here's a D, and there's another F sharp, and there's a D chord, right? It's A, B, C, D. And there's E, so that's F sharp. Late to say you're sorry. It's too late to say you're sorry. So it kind of gives that a little emphasis. It's such a powerful part of the way that thing is moving. You could certainly do it this way. Gives you the treble notes, right? So it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. Well, it's too late to say you're should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Okay, so that's where I choose to play that one, and it works. Of course, it works at the other end of the neck just as much. So your comfort zone, you know, whatever you think. Okay, so what's the next one? Time of the season. Let's try that. It's E minor, and it's using the bass, the B note in the E minor chord to open D to the E bass, right? And I'm making an E minor 7th by hitting this D note here. It just seems better than ringing out another B that you've already got the B there. And then they go, you know, they do that funny little thing, and I'm just kind of faking over that on the guitar. It's the time of the season. E minor, and then quick D to C. When love runs high, in the time, give us a reason. And let me try. E minor, the pleasure hands. G, take you in this country. E minor, promised land. Show you everyone. Now again, fast. E minor, D, C. Time of the season. This is a G with a B in the bass, but it's really descending that bass. Of the season. It's got these two as the G chord, part of the G chord, the D and the G. G, D, G, B. There it is. That's a G chord, right? For love. A minor, E. It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give us a reason and let me try with pleasured hands. Take you in this country, promised lands. Show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving. That works great on that end. I'm playing it up here, and I'm just changing a little, like where it goes. Here's my E minor that I used in the last song. It's just open E, 7th fret on the A string for an E, and then 5th fret on the D string for a G. And so the little riff would be ring finger up here on the 7th fret off of the E string to just get that B note. And as soon as I do it, I get rid of it and form the chord to the open D string, then to the chord. And you can do whatever you want, you know, fill in the riff, the percussive part of it, you know. It's the time of the season. So instead of where it's going, well, I'm here, there's part of a D chord right there. See, this is a D. Well, you add the F sharp there, there's a D, and you add the D there, so there's a D. So I'm using this as part of a D chord, right, instead of the D. And there's a C chord, and it's the same kind of relative fingering there, but it's up here on the 6 and 5 string. It just is kind of tight, you know. There's not loose strings, and I'm not going out of my position to get them. I could go, you know, you could do that. I just think it naturally, these two notes are involved in the E minor chord, so I make them descend to there and then to there, and it just is a natural progression, just a natural way the voice goes. It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give us a reason and let me try. Okay, now it's G to E minor, and so I go to this G, pleasured hands, which is really just the bass 3 strings of this full G chord, right now. But why do all of it? I just. In this back to the E minor that we've been using. Promised lands, show you everyone, it's the time of the... Now that's the C, time of the... Right, so we had to go to this. Season. So I'm here. So I'm just moving the bass down. So there's that B. For love. And I'm getting an E here. Barred at the fifth, barred on these three strings, like an A chord moved up, right? But I'm leaving the open B, the open E string as a bass. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he taken any time to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly, tell you what I really want to know. It's the time of the season for love. So that's two different ways to play that one. So now we'll go to the last one. Tell Her No, which I think may have been the first. I can't remember which Tell Her No or She's Not There was the first single. But boy, they were so exciting to hear on the radio. Man, those three singles. There's no band from that era. Huge bands that did better. I mean, you could pick three. You could pick three Beatles tunes, Day Tripper, and Ticket to Ride, and I Feel Fine, that were really exciting. You could pick three Who tunes, Can't Explain, Substitute. You could pick three Stones tunes at the time, but none were better. I mean, you couldn't do better than the three tunes that the Zombies had. They were up there with anything anybody ever did in that era. So this is the one, Tell Her No, and this is just that little intro. And the basic notes is this C to E to C to this D, back and forth C to D, but I'm putting the A note in there for harmony, so it's part of a D minor 7 chord really. When I get to this, I'm going from the C is open, and then when I hit it down, I'm trying to grab both those strings. And you could even, like every other note, I could even pick the D note out on the bass. Into a C major 7. And if she should whisper, come closer, whoa, whoa. And if she tempts you with a charms, tell her no, 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 don't hurt me now, for love belongs to me. So that is, and if she should, that's C major 7, whisper I love you, D minor 7, whoa, whoa, G. And if she tempts you, C to C major 7, with her charms, D minor 7, G. Tell her no, A minor, and just punctuate it on the vocal. No, 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 and then it climbs up with that B in the bass on a G chord. No, no, to a C. No, 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 no. Then it goes backward again. No, 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 no. Don't hurt E minor. Hurt me now for her D minor. Love B, G belongs to me. And if she should whisper, come closer, whoa, whoa. And if she tempts you with a charms, tell her no, 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 don't leave me now, for her love belongs to me. So up here, I'm doing this C major 7. Just because it's all barred, you know, it's an A major 7, moved up, barred, D minor 7. It's just pretty, and they're all, it's tighter, you know, when all the strings are fretted. It's a little different voice. And then to that G just to stay in that same thing, in that same style. And if she should tell you, come closer, whoa, whoa. And if she tempts you with a charms, tell her no. Here's an A minor, no, 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 no. And so in the climb, I'm just hitting this B, no, 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 no. Now I'm doing a version of that C chord that we did in the other song, where it's just these two. No, 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 no. It just seems to work for me. I like the voicing. I like the way the voices move into each other. The voice leading seems natural. And then E minor. Leave me now for her love. D minor underneath in that 5th fret. Love belongs, G, to me. That should do it. I would say use the pause and the rewind and fast forward and get to those places where you're interested in zeroing in on that stuff. Any questions, you know, put a note down there and I'll follow up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's useful to y'all. Thanks.